guys. I know it's been a while. Sorry about that. So, out walking in the woods not too far from the homestead, and thought you guys might like an update on the whole brewing beer and losing weight sort of theme. It's going good. Quick stats is that last Thursday, today is Wednesday, last Thursday I hit 89.0 kilos, so I was pretty happy about that. That was the lowest I've been in like, I don't know, 15 years or something. It's kind of outrageous. So that Friday, to celebrate, I had a couple beers. Had a homemade stout and also a coconut IPA. It tasted really good. It was really nice. Let's see, had half a bag of chips with it, as you would. Let's see, Saturday night, or Saturday morning, I woke up and I think it looked like I had gained, a couple 100 grams, so I was still 89 point something, and that was okay. So then Saturday night, I proceeded to have a couple coconut IPAs, a couple stouts, and somehow Monday morning rolls around and there I am at 91 again, 91 kilos. So how'd that happen? I had some more chips, half a bag of peanuts. Comes on quickly. Stays on. Sticks to you. So it was kind of okay. So it was about, I'd seen that before. It's kind of repetitious where, especially when I say, okay, I'm not going to drink during the week, and then Friday and Saturday night I'll have some drinks. Monday, Tuesday, I'll be in the neighborhood of where I was before. Not exactly, a little bit less, and then work out that next week, and then you get right back down to where you were, and then a little bit more, and then comes the next week, next Monday, you're right back up pretty close to where you were before. And it's a reoccurring theme, and that's pretty much the way that it's been going for the last 10 months. But I'm pretty happy. It's about 18 kilos to go down from 107 down to 89. That's actually where I'm at now. So I'm at 89 again. And, it does get kind of addictive to see those numbers, because right now all I want to see is 88. And after that it's going to be 87. And after that 86. Until I reach my final goal, or at least my next milestone, which will be 80. So when I was 107, my first milestone was 90, and I beat that last week, and now I'm focused in on my next one. So that's where I'm at. That's the quick stats. Some of the things I never thought that I would experience was, well, there's a couple things, but let's start with how much I actually like working out. I really look forward to the morning run, and like now, out here, just enjoying nature. And enjoying it. Not alone. Alright. So, you get used to that morning workout. And then when it's done, it's like the best feeling. And then about a week and a half ago, I started doing these evening walks as well, just to sort of round things out. And I've seen a big drop with these. They help out towards my goal. Try and get those 10,000 steps in every day. And yeah, every step counts. I think it's very important to get out there and just get busy. Go for a walk. It doesn't have to be a strenuous activity. Just enjoy the outdoors. If you got a treadmill, put the track down and actually use it. Walk on it. That's what I do sometimes. When I'm really, really tired, I'll just walk on the treadmill for like an hour, hour and a half. It's a great way to catch up on Homebrew Wednesdays. Yeah. The only bad part about watching Homebrew Wednesdays and working out is that you can't really comment because you're running and can't type and comment. So that's kind of a bad thing. Another thing else I didn't think that I would experience would be, it's kind of silly, but the lack of bowel movements. So according to my macronutrient spreadsheet, I kind of dialed in 20 something, 24% carbohydrates, maybe 20, and the rest are fats and proteins. It's like 40% fats and 45% protein. So that's kind of my target these days, and it's working really well for me. So I don't know if what you normally shit is just your carbohydrates, but since I've been so low on mine for like a couple months now, bowel movements are like once every 4 days, maybe. 5 is kind of average, perhaps. It's a little strange. I don't know. Strange to be talking about bowel movements on a YouTube channel. But hey, you want to know about sort of those weird things. How much am I eating? Well, maximum, try and target 1900 calories every day. And I do pretty good to maintain underneath that. Even with a beer, I had 2 beers last weekend and I was still under because my meals are nothing that you would find at a gourmet restaurant, that's for sure. Very, very simple meals. Let me go ahead and show you a couple shots of my typical breakfast. Now, I'm doing oatmeal for breakfast, and that's really about it. Oatmeal with about a tablespoon, maybe a teaspoon of honey, and then for sweetness, but I'll also add in some more sweetness with bananas and also strawberries or raspberries. That kind of spices it up a bit. Sometimes I'll have half an apple with and just sort of slice that up really good, dice it, and make a apple and cinnamon oatmeal. That's really good. I use the raw oatmeal, not the pre-flavored or pre-sweetened stuff. Just go with like the same oatmeal that you would put in like an oatmeal stout. Same stuff. Shred it up. It's even easier to cook. Let's see. For lunches, during the week, it's a salad, spinach salad, not that iceberg stuff that has no nutritional value whatsoever. Always spinach with either chicken or tuna. Sometimes I'll put on like a red bell pepper or green bell pepper, whatever, and just a little bit of maybe half a teaspoon of balsamic vinegar, just to sort of spice it up a bit. Sometimes it's just chicken breast. I remember I was watching Jason Bourne talk about himself preparing for his last movie, you know, the outer space one. He was crippled. He said in preparation for that movie, he was only eating chicken for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Went to a restaurant, told the guy, like, it's chicken breast, don't put anything on it. Don't put any oil on it, because if you do, I'm going to know. And, I don't know, I kind of took that to heart. Literally. And so that's what I'll have for lunch most days. It's either 100% just grilled chicken breast, or salmon. Also have cod as well sometimes. And for dinner, that's pretty much the same thing I'll have for dinner. For dinner I'll also add in greens like broccoli or peas, or you know, something like that on the side, onions, mushrooms. But those are more carbs, so yeah, double-edged sword. So I'm really really focused on protein. And then, you know, that generally gets me around the 1400, 1500 neighborhood in calories every day. And then I need to bring in some more. I try and stay underneath 1,700, even though I set my max for 1,900. But you know, and that gives me enough room to have like you know, have like kind of like a cracker with almond butter on it, something like that, for sort of a late night snack, a couple hours before bed. And then also, if I'm really feeling hungry, then I'll just grab a protein shake. You know, there's, you know, basically 3 different types of protein shakes out there. The only one I have is like the post-workout, so I need to get the other ones just to be able to supplement the diet a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much the diet. And then beers on the weekend. These days, I'm trying to, you know, my brain tells me, you know, if I want to reach my goal, I'm definitely going to get there faster if I cut it out altogether. So the temptation or the cravings to have a beer are diminishing. And it's kind of ironic because I've been brewing like 120 liters of beer just in the last month, which is half of it's for a party, the other half is for my keezer. Yeah, what else? I don't know, that's pretty much, that's quite a bit. Speaking of brewing, so yeah, I've brewed up a pale ale, a rainbow pale ale. After that, I did a Hefeweizen. Pretty standard recipes, something you might find out of Brewing Classic Styles. Next I did the Heady Topper clone again, but this time I only used the half of basically what was said to use of the hop shot. You know, they say use for a 10-gallon batch, or for a 5-gallon batch, they say use 10 milliliters of hop extract. I did that in my last beer, in my last Heady Topper clone, and it's too bitter. It's nowhere near the original. It's not even drinkable. Some of the guys that have come over to my house really like bitter beers, and they've been drinking on it, and that's good because I won't drink it. So this time I went with half the dosage. I used 10 milliliters in a 10-gallon batch. My target was 55 IBUs for that initial shot, and you know, for the rest of Heady Topper, it's all hop bursting, yeah. So for the rest of the heady topper, it's all hop bursting right at the very end. 300 grams, bam! It smelled just gorgeous. And after I tasted it, I remember the first time I made that clone, I could actually taste the hop extract in the beer, and it was disgusting. And I thought, okay, that better go away. This time, I couldn't taste it at all. I couldn't taste the hop extract, but I could taste a bit of bitterness. You know, heady topper is so balanced. And that's, I feel this time I've got a lot closer to it. So I'm really looking forward to that one being done. That one's ready for dry hopping now. It's been in the fermenter for almost a week. So yeah, time to hit it with the first charge, first of two. The recipe for that's up on the Brew Toad. I'll put a link for it. So speaking of spreadsheets, coming back to the whole losing weight thing, I really appreciate Sammy and Kevin and Lyman22 and a couple other guys that have taken a look at it and mentioned my name in their videos. I appreciate it that you guys are finding it useful and you know.
Okay, so here's the macronutrients spreadsheet that some of the people have been mentioning online. I created this thing in order to help me determine how much I should be eating every day in terms of how many carbs, fats, and proteins, my macronutrients. So I created this spreadsheet in order to help out other people as well, and you're free to use it and tell me what you think. When you're here and you get a link to this sheet, please go ahead and just say file, make a copy, and save it to your Google Documents, or you can download it as an Excel file so that you can play with it offline. There's 4 sheets that are actually part of this spreadsheet. There's the male metric, it's good for centimeters and kilograms. There's the female metric, so female calculations are slightly different. Then there's the male imperial, so it's for inches and pounds. And then also the female imperial, so there you go. When it comes to modifying the fields of this to get some results, all you have to do is change these 4 fields to the right. It's going to be your age, height, and weight. These values are going to change the activity rating scale. So if I say that I am 25 years old, for example, it will give me activity ratings for a 25-year-old. And this basically is your basal metabolic rate. And basically, this is your recommended calorie intake based on your activity in order to maintain your current weight, or that weight. Then I'll go ahead and change height. So let's say I am a tall 20-year-old. Then you'll see that those values up here change as well. And then I'll also change my weight, and that will also change the activity rating scale as well. Total calories is a little bit different, and this is to say how much you actually want to eat based on the activity rating scale. So if you want to maintain your weight, then go ahead and just type in, you know, the basic activity rating that applies to you. So for this guy, let's say 2478, that's going to give me a suggested macronutrients of 41% carbs, 29% fat, 32% protein on my daily intake, up to 2,478 calories. You got to track these things. I recommend MyFitnessPal. That works really well. And I have not seen any food that's not in its database lookup. And it's got a barcode scanner built in and everything. It works really well. Anyways. So, and then it also gives you the weight of the grams for each one of these types of foods that you can eat if you calculate it that way. So, if I want to lose weight, then it's safe to subtract anywhere between 300 to 500 is a safe calorie subtraction from one of the activity ratings that you are. So, if you are a moderate activity person and you exercise 3 to 5 times a week and you want to lose weight, and you can take like 3,200 minus, let's say, 300 from it. So then you come up with 2,900. And then you see that the recommended carbs, fats, and proteins changed on the scale over here. This value over here is 63 grams. This is using the lean body mass, and that's in accordance with your body fat. If you know your body fat, then you can type that in over here. If I change it to like 35, for example, it will give me a different value over here if I want to use my lean body mass figure in order to calculate how many fats I should consume. So instead of 78, then I should probably be consuming 51 based on the body fat. The lean body mass is your weight minus your weight times your body height. The lean body mass is your weight times your body fat percentage. And basically what that means is this value here is what your body would weigh, just your skin and muscles and bones, on all the fats. Now, if you weigh 89 kilos, then the difference between those two values is fat. So anyways, you can sort of use that if you want to use your lean body mass to limit how much fat you're consuming. So taking a real world example, I'm going to go with me. Let's say 43 years old, I am 176 centimeters, my weight is 89, and so I have a desk job, and so I do exercise 3 to 5 times a week, but on average, I'm sitting at my desk probably 6 hours out of the day. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract a value from here. I like to target just 1,900 calories every day. That's sort of my target. And so my recommended consumption of macronutrients is 22% carbs. So you can think of it as like a low-carb diet. But I don't really target any specific diet plan. This is kind of like a lifestyle thing, not a diet thing. So it's a 22% carbs, 37% fats, and 42% proteins. Now if I wanted to gain weight, then I would take that value and I would probably increase it by 500. So then if I say, I want to go with like 2,500 calories, then you can see that it's going to recommend I have more carbs, less fat, and less protein in order to build up muscle. Assuming I am, building muscles and working out with weights and things like that. Okay, so 1,900. Those are the values that I target. So very simply, just change the age, height, and weight fields. That will give you your activity rating. And then based on that, if you want to lose weight or gain weight, change your total calorie intake. And then that's going to reflect your macronutrient ratios that you should be eating every day. Now, it might differ for different people. Some people actually like to maybe have more carbs if they feel too weak during the day, and that's perfectly fine. This is just sort of a recommendation, not a hard rule. So if you like this, great. If you don't, provide some feedback. But that's what it is, and I'm here to share it.
Coming up on one of my favorite places here in the woods. It's a little lake. It's quite nice. Thought I'd share it with you. A lot of people come around this lake, walk their dogs, just get outdoors, enjoy life. That's what it's all about. Kind of a nice place. Check this out. Just love it here. drink. It's just water. Cheers. So beautiful here. A lot of beautiful places in the world. It kind of reminds me a lot of where I grew up in Vermont. Nice rolling hills, green mountains, a lot of evergreen. No maple trees or anything like that here though. I do kind of miss that. Miss the bullfrogs, miss the lightning bugs. It's amazing the things that you miss. They say that, you know, if you want to be successful, you know, find people that are successful in the area that you want to be successful in, and hang out with them. You know, pick their brain. You know, pick up their habits, and start doing what they do. And then sooner or later, you'll be successful too. So I truly believe that's something that, you know, everybody needs to do, whatever it is that they're going to do in their life, whether it's, you know, professional or academic or, you know, like me, just lifestyle. So, you know, try and surround myself with content and people that, you know, have succeeded with losing weight, reading lots of articles about, you know, people's advice and opinions and scientific research and clinical studies and all that other bullshit. It really just comes down to being disciplined and, you know, being able to have, you know, control of yourself and your willpower, your desire, determination, commitment, all that stuff, and just going forward with it. You know, yeah, it's a bit of a sacrifice, but in the end, is it going to be worth it? For me, the answer is an obvious yes. Yes, yes, yes. When I met my wife, she told me the other day, you know, when we first met, my waist size was a 34. That's another sort of measure, I guess. When I first started this endeavor, I was somewhere between a 40. You know, I was putting pants on that were 42 just because, you know, like anybody else, I like to be comfortable, baggy pants. They were a little bit baggy, I'd have a belt on them, I would need a belt. But the 40s, you know, they would fit. And now, they're just way too big. I've put all those clothes already in the closet, and, you know, the pants I have on now, I've got maybe 4 or 5 pairs of pants that I did keep that are like 38s. And, you know, you can tell there's a few inches there of extra. So the belts are coming in handy. But I'm a pretty solid 90 or 36 now, 36. And if I can get down to where I was when I met my wife to be a 34, which I think I will when I'm 80, that's just gonna blow my mind. You know, I was 28 years old then. And here I am pushing 43, you know, in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, really looking forward to it. Totally committed, totally have that desire, and I'm going to accomplish it. So, you know, maybe when I get closer to 85 or something like that, I'll do another update. I really like watching Sammy doing his weekly weigh-ins. That's really, really cool. So cheers to you, Sammy. Stick with it, man, because it's just gonna, you know, it's gonna catch up with you. You know, you're gonna get exactly where you want to be. Just stay there with your will, stay there with your commitment, and you know, make sacrifices if you need to. Smart sacrifices, and you know, it'll come quicker. But you know, be smart, be safe, and be happy. Kevin, to you too, cheers. Looking forward to seeing your progress, and thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys listening. yours.